Hey everyone, Best Fate Gamer here, and welcome to my first official Let's Play. Today we are playing Europa Universalis 4, and specifically we're playing on the Dorado expansion pack, which came out on February 26th, so it's fresh, and we're just gonna jump right in and see what it's about. So instead of talking about all the stuff they put in with the expansion, what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna do our little playthrough, all that, we're just gonna talk about stuff as we go and as it's convenient throughout the process. So, first things first, custom nation we obviously will be using because we're going to play as a custom nation. So you get to select any provinces you want in the game. I think it's within a certain distance limit, though, of course. And you make your own wonderful, beautiful country, have your own unique ideas, and play out the game till the wonderful year of 1821. Just like you do in regular, just with a nice new little twist. And there's other stuff in the New World, religion, things like that, but we'll cover that later. Make sure our settings are okay. Don't want Lucky Nations on. That's ridiculous. Normal is fine. Normal. All set. Okay. Okay. We will now create our custom nation to play our wonderful campaign with. And we are going to start, I think, at least for the first series in Europe, and specifically in the HRE itself. Get that out of the way, and then we'll branch out to do some, like, secondary, more interesting areas potentially later. Possibly even a weird tribe scenario in North America. We'll see. But for now, we're just going to play Europe, HRE, and do it that way. I think we're going to play in the Germany area specifically to start with, and get the benefit from forming Germany right off. Well, not right off, admin tech 10 still, but that's kind of what we're going to go for. And the main goal is to experience the new custom nation thing, and then maybe we'll try to form the Holy Roman Empire or something at the end of it. But for now, we'll start this way. We're going to take the Germany provinces, of course. So Mecklenburg, Luneburg, Altmark, and Alt. And these need Nuremberg too, I think, and then these two. So that's all we need. And that's at 126 points. And as you can see with the new custom nation thing, you get to make your own emblem, you can customize your map color, cool stuff like that, your nation name, then we have our government, your custom rulers and things, all the way down to religion, your tech, your government form, and then all of your ideas. So it's like, it's really cool, like it's completely custom, like it is absolutely the epitome of custom nation. They did a fantastic job with that. So, big 2 thumbs up to Paradox, fantastic job. Really on all their content for this game. It's just been very, very good. We'll just start with the black. It's easiest to see out of everything and stuff, so we'll just go that way. Let's see. What should we name ourselves? We'll go with Fake Germany. We're lame. Fake Germany. Done. Don't need a nation adjective. If that upsets you, apologies. It's not necessary. It's just fluff. So, wonderful flag. No. Golden Eagle. Beautiful. Love it. Okay. Fun background. Right? We want a fun background, right? We're fun people. Sure. Do it that way. There we go. I know. Lame too. Sorry. Not very artsy. But anyway, fake Germany. Got our beautiful emblem. Let's move on to our government. This is the one complaint right off that I've noticed and have. Not a big complaint at all. Just a small little thing. Why are the rulers defaulted to female? It's the one thing I don't get. Like, unless I'm missing something, there is no benefit to having a female ruler in any of the government forms, so why is it defaulted? You can't use them as generals. They don't do any other specific thing, unless there's something I missed where females actually play an important role with the El Dorado thing, but I don't think that's the case, so we're just going to switch those over to male. Not to be sexist. Nothing wrong with equality, just doesn't benefit me in the game. Sorry. So, Saxon culture, which is good. Everything I think is actually Saxon, but the Nuremberg province down here. We're going to stay Catholic, or else we're going to have a little bit of problem in the beginning. Obviously, switching to Protestant, hopefully as soon as possible, because of the wonderful bonuses. And we have no heir. Interesting. I don't think that's going to be a problem. We're going to want to be militaristic, I assume. And one thing you do have to pay attention to, though, when you're doing your ideas, every time you select one from a different category, you get a percentage. And if you get any percentage of ideas up above 50, all of the idea cost for that specific path, whether it's military, diplo, or whatever, they cost more. So just be careful of that. But production efficiency, global trade power, it's not that big a deal for us. We're not a trade nation. That's why we just kept our regular bland monarchy government. I think we're going to want to go... I think discipline's pretty solid. 5% discipline. I mean, it's not anything super fantastic. And since we're playing the HRE game, extra diplomat I think is going to be really solid to help us. Can we get diplomatic reputation or something too? Because that wouldn't be terrible either. Or diplomatic relation. That'd be even better. We'll see. That's a little expensive, but we'll try it. Can't have any more diplomatic ideas, probably, though. Morale of armies is okay. Like, it's not great, nothing fancy. It's alright. Stability doesn't really do anything for me, so... The culture threshold technology, I mean, that's an insignificant percent, but sure. National unrest, we'll just switch this to something else. Is ideas in this too? Yeah, ideas, so we'll just do that. Trade efficiency, I don't know. I think we'll do the last one, military, and do force limit. I think. Do we want to do that? I don't know, we might change trade efficiency to army tradition. Possibly too. I don't know, we'll see what we can do. Okay, so we can get a 22% force limit increase, which is pretty decent, especially late game. And I think we're gonna... Can we trade this for army tradition? Because that'd be pretty good. No, we cannot. Okay. Okay, so we'll just get trade efficiency. That's fine. Or do you want something else? No, we'll do trade efficiency. Trade efficiency is fine. Oh, and we couldn't do it anyway because it increases us over 50%. Didn't even pay attention. Can we get an extra merchant? No, that's even more expensive. Okay. Privateer efficiency might actually be better, because there is a new privateer mechanic. We can do that. Kind of a weird set of ideas, not gonna lie. But you want the privateer efficiency? We'll try the privateer efficiency. No, we won't. I'm sorry, I'm lying. We're not gonna do it. Gonna have to do... I don't know, trade efficiency is just kind of meh. Maybe we'll get like aggressive expansion impact. For no reason. Like, I don't know, it's kind of pointless. But anyway, we've spent enough time just kind of piddling around in the ideas thing. So that's solid enough. So we'll just kind of go from here. Get a force limit increased, extra diplomat, a little bit of combat, efficiency early, a diplomatic relation for playing the HRE game. Not great, not bad, good enough. So let's jump right into it with fake Germany. I was really excited. I'm really excited for this expansion too, just because the custom nation thing is really well done. It adds a lot of replayability in the game. Okay. Starting off, what do we got going around us? No love from Bohemia, which I kind of expected. I mean, border friction, and I assumed they'd want our stuff. Hey! Okay, so we can kind of play nice with Austria. Not that that's especially wonderful long term, but it's good enough early, and in my experience, the Burgundian inheritance, fires more often than it doesn't. So Austria's going to be relatively strong, so it's not a bad idea to improve relations with them right away. Who are their rivals, though? Because don't want to France mess. Okay, so I'm thinking right off that I'm going to want to improve relations and keep a decent relationship with Austria, but also Poland. Because Poland is going to be a fantastic ally, so will Austria, in taking, like, the Hungary-Bohemia regions. So that's something we're going to want to focus on. Denmark's an enemy, so we'll just rival them. Bohemia's the same way. I think we want to do Teutonic Order, too, because we for sure want Neumark. I don't know how much I'm going to care about taking all this. But for sure we want Neumark. Neumark's pretty good. What's our position with the electors? Because, I mean, the countries we took obviously are not in the game anymore. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically we took 7 princes out from the empire to begin with. Okay, so this is a bug too, because they have minus 108 for our support, and they're supporting us. So that's incorrect. So we don't have any support. It doesn't look like it's going to be too bad, though. Everyone's at least decent towards us that's currently an elector, so we're going to want to improve relations with the Palatinate. Get that alliance with Poland. What's our income? 6.7. Okay, that's pretty reasonable. Can certainly get tier 1 national manpower modifier, not something amazing, but diplomatic reputation's pretty good for improving relations and all that elector stuff. And national unrest guy production. We shouldn't have a lot of unrest, so might as well get a little bit of production efficiency increase. King Xaver von Glaubitz. I'm sure that sounds absolutely horrible, but that's my pronunciation of it. I think we have everything set up. Just got to pick our mission. So, rivaling Denmark. Don't like Denmark. Rivaling Bohemia and Teutonic Order. Those are, I mean, that's basically the pretty seamless expansion path, though, for us, too, anyway. I mean, go up into this territory, good trade, just easier expansion. I mean, once you get down into Hungary, you're going to start dealing with the Ottomans, but by then it shouldn't be a big deal anyway. Plus, you have the HRE, and we have really good allies in that area anyway. So, let's just see what our missions are and then get this started. Save the people in Neumark, so that's wonderful. We don't want to Become the Emperor yet. If we get that after we do the Neumark mission, that's probably pretty solid, just based on how close we are to Austria. And actually, wow. We haven't even done anything, and actually all of them have switched support to us in the pause, which is weird, but, huh. But anyway, the ruler of Austria is 29. It's not like he's going to drop dead tomorrow, so we'll just save the people in Neumark, that's fine, and get our game started. Increase our forces, into an alliance with Poland. Alliance offer from Hungary. Military access from the Hansa. That must just be for troop movement, because they're not contiguous. I mean, there's no other reason for him to ask that, because they're not at war or anything this early, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's just for troop movement, so sure. Yeah, they're allied with the Teutonic Order. No way. Sorry. Can't do it. Offer from Ansbach. No, they're just Portuguese OP. Okay. Palatinate, Lithuania, Ansbach. We already have one. Those potentially fill us. I mean, see, I don't think we need the one with Lithuania right now. Ansbach, I would take if they would become a vassal. Which they will. Cool. Okay, so that's one thing to talk about, too. Vassals have changed a little. in the El Dorado expansion, I'm pretty sure. How it works now is if you have a certain like number of vassals, like when you get up to having 5 vassals, things like that in later game or mid game, those now gain liberty desire just like your colonies. And the liberty desire kind of works a little differently. Once it like gets to the point of where they actually rebel against you, how it worked before is the colony that rebelled would be attacked by all of the other colonies you had as well as you. Now, if one colony, I believe, gets liberty desire, all the other colonies also want liberty, and they will all revolt together to attack you. Same with vassals. So it's a different mechanic change, and I kind of like it because it was a little cheesy when you could have like 7 vassals and you're just feeding them territories and all that stuff. I didn't really care for that. I don't know if it like takes hold earlier now, and like if you have a couple vassals, it's a big problem now. But that is definitely a change for the mass vassal and colony. That's pretty decent, I would say, to balance out the effectiveness of it. So just keep that in mind when you're playing. But since we can have for sure one and be absolutely safe, we'll just align with them, take that. Alliance with the Palatinate's not bad. Austria probably already has an alliance with them, which they do, so we'll take that. Just kind of an extra little security. That does put us at 3 relations quite early. Not a big fan of that, but our first idea is 1 Diplo relation, so that's fine. I'm just going to make more infantry, it's early. And for all of those who are going to make the point, yes, I know I'm not using the Art of War unit creator template. I don't really have the convenience for it unless it ships, and it's just clicking a few times as opposed to making the template. It's not a big deal. Late game, it's a little more convenient when you have to make like 50,000 troops or whatever at one go. But early, it doesn't really have a ton of merit to me. Maybe I'm way wrong, but that's just personal opinion. Making decent money still. Royal marriage from Ansbach, that is fine. Royal marriage from Poland, also fine. Normally, I will say this too. Like, for example, here, the Palatinate one, I'm not going to take. The only way I take royal marriages from AI is if I assume together we won't be in many wars where we would be on the losing end anyway, or because it has no negative impact. See, like, if you're allied with little countries, I've seen them have the tendency to go into wars that they're overmatched in, assuming you will help, and it can put you in a pretty bad situation. So I don't take royal marriages unless I'm fairly certain it won't have any negative implications towards me. Okay, we're at our wonderful force limit. What are their allies? They're supporting the independence of Sweden, which I think this is going to actually, yeah, with a couple supporters. I imagine they would actually declare on Denmark rather early. They may even ask us for support, but I don't know if, well, with everyone going in on it, I probably would actually give it to them, and then we could get some early Denmark territory, which would be pretty good for us. So I probably would. We probably could offer it, though. Are they already at war with them? Oh, they're already at war. So we probably can't just be like, hey, offer independence. Yeah, so they are doing that, so they're going to be at war. So we might actually want to see what the standings are. We'll just take the one from Ansbach. It's fine. See what the standings are for war here. Palatinate would not come in. Threatened attitude towards fake Germany. Too spooked. Okay, but all of their allies would come in because they're allied with why would Sweden come in? They're completely negative. That's got to be a bug in the new patch for some reason. Anyway, doesn't matter. So Sweden shouldn't come in. We'll put it that way. We could go to Bohemia. That'd be okay. Pragmatic sanction. Solemnly related by Charles established the visibility of the Habsburg patrimony, ruled the order of succession, order the first one, Charles even though in this so basically just some wonderful history. War of Austrian Succession. Okay. Wow, we actually have 2 supporters without too much effort. We actually haven't done anything with Cologne. The Palatinate I figured would switch, so now it's just Trier, Alsace, and Augsburg. Potentially Mainz. Mainz would be pretty solid too. Pragmatic Sanction. I think we're going to actually want to go to war with Bohemia. I think Lithuania is quite the force limit, though, as well. We'd have to get an alliance with Austria to make sure everything went quite well without any, significant losses to us to slow down a game. 27. Yeah, so they actually have a higher force limit than us. But with Austria in it, it shouldn't matter. Bohemia's shouldn't be that big anyway. But I digress. We might want to take a war with Denmark, actually. Because they actually don't really have any allies. But we don't, man. Oh, and the way... See, there's one reason why I'm considering taking war with them. Is the way access works has changed a little bit now in the El Dorado expansion. For example, like if the Hansa... How it used to be, if the Hansa allowed Denmark access and hated me, I'd just be stuck. Like, without ships, there's no way I'd get over. Now, if someone allows access to one country, whoever they're in war with, they get access. So it's not an exploitable thing. Like, you can still block countries from getting to you, but you would have to not be able to ask for access from, like, the Hansa in this situation if you're Denmark. Like, if you didn't ask access from either of these guys, and they hated me, they wouldn't let me through. I couldn't cross as long as they didn't specifically have their own access, if that makes sense. If Denmark can go through, I can go through. That's, I guess, the easier way of explaining it. Whoever you're at war with, if they have access through a country, you will also have access now. So you don't have to spend a bunch of relations getting access and all that stuff. I guess the peasant regiments aren't a big deal, so we'll just let them rise up. Like, losing prestige doesn't matter, but when it... Prestige is really easy to get, but when it has no effect, it might as well just take the little revolt. It's not a big deal. 6 peasant regiments, not a problem. Military access from Mainz. They fighting somebody weird? What's going on? Oh, someone must have declared on Württemberg. Oh, right, Bavaria just did. Okay, that's not a huge deal. Austria would probably accept an alliance with us. Yeah. Might as well. Not a big reason not to. We'll take the royal marriage too. Austria's really strong, so the odds of us getting defeated in war are extremely minimal. I didn't check Poland to see if they hated him, but or didn't like Austria either, but they're fine. Eventually, those two are not going to be on the best of terms. They're going to rival each other, I'm sure. So we'll have to just keep that in mind. Eventually, we will have to pick a side, and it'll probably be Poland. It's like as soon as we can consistently become emperor, we should have significant hold over Austria. We're actually going to have to improve with Cologne because they don't like us as much now. We should take the guy from Austria, though. Who are the Palatinate fighting? Are they also fighting Bavaria? Oh, yeah, but they're probably allied with Austria. Oh, Austria didn't go in. Never mind. No mind. Yep, access, sure. Okay, so I think we're gonna fabricate on Denmark. But it's gonna have to be this, like, province area. Or Holstein. Holstein would work just as well. But we can't take Holstein. It has to be like this one, which, I don't know, that might not be the best idea. Because then we're not contiguous. Might want to wait on that. Just go to war with the Teutonic Order. Sweden already won't come in. Austria will come in. And Poland will come in for Neumark. So that's just Livonian Order and Hungary. Yeah, I think we just do that. There's no reason to not do that war right now, I think. And Hungary has access, so we get access. Somebody has access through here, so we have access. Or it's just because it's HRE. I don't remember how it works. I haven't played the regular game mode in a while. I've been playing a lot of Shattered Europa recently, which is one of the mods for Europa Universalis, obviously. But I'll put up a different series with the Shattered Europa so you guys can see what that's about. Send these guys over to help in the Hungary war. I actually thought I wasn't going to make it to that after. I should have checked, or till after they were gone, but it worked out alright because Austria was right there. That was actually a mistake by me. I wasted some manpower. Oh, we have low manpower. Wow. Yeah, we only have like 30% manpower. That's not great. I mean, our allies can do a lot of the heavy lifting, so it's not that big deal, and we're really only after Newmark and stuff, but we can get some decent war reparations out of it, and Poland and Austria are super strong, so we have a pretty safe game. Like, nothing bad should happen to us at all. Could definitely have a worse start. This is pretty chill. I mean, just Poland, me, and Austria, I mean, that's a really big power group. It's going to fall apart eventually, because we're all going to be competing great powers at some point, but it's not anything that should affect us right away. Maybe in like 100 years it'll be a big problem. Not so much at the beginning. So it looks like we're going to get Newmark relatively easy. It looks like Denmark is having a heck of a time, so Sweden is going to be independent, which very, very heavily weakens Denmark. So Denmark is going to be a target in the near future as well, especially with how weak they're going to be, because Sweden's a big part of their force. Because I'm pretty sure at the beginning of the game, Sweden actually has a much better army, and Sweden has a really good starting army idea. I think they have a big combat ability boost for infantry, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a while. I got one of our sieges done, and as usual, we have France over here dominating the 100 Years' War. Just how it's set up. I mean, that just happens. It's what happens in the game. Hungary, not the best allies for them, so they're going to be pretty weak. If we can get through Bohemia, we should actually be able to expand relatively soon. Kind of want Bohemia to lose the Lithuania ally. Like, I don't want Commonwealth to happen, but I kind of don't want Lithuania to somehow like take pieces of Poland and Poland get discouraged from the war and then we end up a lot weaker because of it. It's a shame none of this territory is closer to us, because I mean, it's pretty cheap. We could take some. I mean, you obviously don't want to accrue a lot of aggressive expansion by any means. It's best to take small pieces over time. We have an alliance with them, right? Yeah. Improve relations with them since... Yeah, I'm slacking on my diplomats, and I apologize. A little bit of stuff going on. But, okay, so once we get them up to our relation, we're going to vassalize Ansbach. And can never have too much money. Little insignificant, really, but better than a comet, I suppose. Everyone loves the comet, right? So we got our war goal, just kind of getting the war score up so we can take it, get war reparations from everyone, and then move on. Doesn't look like there's a lot happening elsewhere. I'm sure the Ottomans are in some form of war. They're fighting Serbia, so is Bosnia. Castile. Wow, that's nuts. Castile is aligned with France right off. Wow. That could be a problem later. Like, that is a huge power block there, too. That could be some pretty graphic war going on in the later stages of the game. So I guess we'll have that to look forward to. That is really, really potent. Good thing we have decent allies. Wow, our manpower is just destroyed. Holy crap. From what? We're not even fighting battles. Is it that much from the siege? Oh, it's 2.9%. Wow, what the heck? Oh my, it's 3%. Jeez. Oh, and families left behind. Okay. Recent war took a heavy toll on our people. Many were called. Few returned. The families, yeah. And yeah, we have no manpower. So we either lose, wow, 15% taxes, 20% manpower modifier, or +2 unrest for 5 years. I'll take the unrest. I don't like how the other stuff was looking. We could probably actually get out of this right now. Maybe not with the Livonian Order, but I'm sure they'll give us war reparations and stuff right now. A little bit of money, you bet. So we're out of that. Get our troops back to our country. Can I peace out with Teutonic Order for Newmark right now? Yeah, okay. Get some money. Boom. Okay. So that was a pretty easy war. Okay. Just gotta core that. We're all set. Yeah, just the one province on rest. Yeah, our manpower. Holy crap. Where did it go? I didn't realize the sieges were that bad. Become Emperor. I'll just take Become Emperor. You never get that manpower one to fire. Oh hey, we have an active cardinal. I don't think we're going to really do much with the papacy game except for let our points increase. I assume they're at war with Teutonic Order. Yeah. How the papacy game works, if none of you know, instead of the old system, which has changed in Art of War, I'm just going to talk about it since we don't have a lot going on right now because of our manpower, is instead of before, where you would just, like, get papal controller, now it's you invest points you get by, I assume, of course, having good relations with the Pope, so to speak. And like here, you see the papal states can't invest in themselves is the one thing. They get the percentage of whatever is left. So only three countries have invested, so they have the 33% chance, as do the other countries. But every time, I think it's 10 points or something. Yeah, you spend 5 points to gain 10 invested influence. So only 3 countries have invested influence, so it's a 33% chance that each of them will become the papal controller. And the papal states just have the leftover percentage, so since these 2 countries invested, they get the other part of it. And whoever invests the most has the biggest chance of becoming the papal controller. So you can spend your points on that, becoming a papal controller, or you can spend it on money, prestige, getting a stability, which is a really good use, actually. We're not going to accept that with the Palatinate just yet. You can get a holy war going. You can get... What was this for? Oh, you can lower your interest with it. Okay. And chances of getting, an advisor, or you can get a free mercantilism, which the stability and mercantilism are definitely the best ones to go for. I'm not a big fan of playing the Curia game. Gallery declared war on Munster. Does Gallery have allies? not good ones. So that could go either way. It's just a minor war between the little countries. Okay, we finished improving our relations with Cologne. So I assume that means we have 2 supporting us again. Palatinate only by 3. Might have to royal marriage them. I don't really want to. Oh no. Okay. So we gain a free temple. Wait, what? How the heck can our current heir of no heir die? How old is our ruler? Oh, he just called him no heir. What the? So the game default named him no heir. That's interesting. Yeah, he's only 34, so I think we'll just take the free temple. We shouldn't have anything trigger. In theory. Maybe we will take that stupid royal marriage. I don't want to. But we already have one with Austria, so it shouldn't actually affect us too much. Whatever. Yeah, it's great. Royal marriage, whatever. We should improve our relations with Poland a bit. Aggressive expansion. Really? Really? Yeah, we shouldn't have got much. We just took one province and some war operations and money. Yeah, so a couple of years it's gone. It's not a big deal. How did Denmark do, though? Hans declared war on Saxe-Lauenburg. Sure. So they actually kept the personal union. So that actually kind of surprises me. It looked like they were coming out on the worst end of that. Oh, see, that's a crappy event because you don't want to lose mercantilism. At least I don't think so. So we'll have to lose that. It's too bad. Rip Diplopower, rip. A lot of defensive attitudes towards us as well in the early stage of the game, it looks like. I mean, Poland loves us, but Austria's defensive. Palatinate. No, Palatinate loves us now. Ansbach loves us. These little guys are starting to spread the love. Core is almost done in Neumark, so that's fantastic. And as far as our next conquests, I'm thinking core's done, sweet. I'm thinking we might want to go north against Denmark. We shouldn't have a problem getting through with the Hansa. We do actually have to improve relations with Mainz, I think, though, to try to get elected. When one of those is done improving. What is this? Polish patriots, those aren't good patriots to have. Don't want Poland getting super strong. Not that they aren't anyway. And they have the personal union now. Okay, so Bohemia actually now just became a prime target. Augsburg, Salzburg, and Trier. So they have pretty weak allies. So I was going to go to Denmark, but because the personal union happened... Sorry, my voice is getting a little tired. So, I think we're going to want to go to war with Bohemia now. Get some claims going. Just because their major ally power is absolutely eliminated. Now, what province do we want? I don't think we want to take Bommerwald just because... Bommerwald? I don't know how to say the ligature, though. How it's pronounced. But we don't really want to establish border friction with Austria. Styrian nationalists. So Austria's already having issues. But we don't want the border friction, so we're going to want to do... Oh, see, these are Saxon. Actually, we probably want to take both of these. Yes, let's just try to get claims on those. Which ones are there? Okay. 2% per month? Really? Wow. Seems high. I mean, might as well go for it. If we get discovered, we get discovered. But taking both of those is probably decent. And we can advance militarily. It's always good. Yeah, a personal union could end up being an issue. I don't think it will be. As I talk about that, we get a 343 air. Pretty solid, not too bad. So now we don't have to worry about that at all, and country is looking pretty solid. Good gold income, still 4 a month. It's quite good. We will change our government at some point in the game, I mean, but not immediately. Not very pressing. Actually, 3rd and 7th in administrative, 3rd in military, 28th diplo. So we're actually pretty up there, which is always nice. How we doing over here? So Gelry is occupied by Burgundy, so they're going to get a little bigger. France still has not ended the 100 Years' War. Seems like it's going on quite a while. Nothing too fantastic happening around us. We got one little war with the Hansa going on, which they're going to be a rival eventually, I'm sure. Same with a lot of the other countries. We're at 4 relations, right? Yeah. So we kind of can't do any more fun things until we start getting ideas and get our extra diplo relation. Ansbach will be our vassal soon, however. No, new Diplotech. Okay, so, I mean, we were at least teching. There's not a lot we can do, and our manpower is just abysmal, so we are going to have to spend, I don't know why I don't have this on 4, sorry about that, a fair bit of time just kind of sitting around for that to recover to an acceptable rate. But, I think that's a pretty good place to stop our first episode. We've had pretty decent success. We got a free territory, more or less, relatively. Kind of nothing war. Our manpower is in a pretty abysmal state, but other than that, everything's going well. We are getting supported by 2 for the Emperor. I think the current Emperor is pretty young, so we have a lot of time to get it up to 3 and have a chance to get Emperor on the first death of the Habsburg. And we actually got our Cassis through without discovery, so that's always great. Yeah, he's only 36. We've got a bit of time. Just got our Tech 4 admin for ideas. So, that's where we'll end it. We're Tech 4 and everything. We can select our idea next episode, see where we want to go from here. But until then, have a great day. Can't wait to see you all in the next episode. Bye.